Welcome to Technical Classes for V. Unit 3. Processor CPU. Page. Date the 31st of July 2023. A processor CPU is the logic circuitry that responds to and processes the basic instructions that drive a computer. The CPU is seen as the main and most crucial integrated circuitry IC chip in a computer, as it is responsible for interpreting most of computer commands. The GPU or graphics processing unit is the most notable example, but the hard drive and other devices within a computer also perform some processing independently. The two main competitors in the processor market, Intel and AMD. The basic elements of the ALU/SAT, a processor, which carries out arithmetic and logic operations on the operands in instructions, are the floating point unit FPU, also known as a math coprocessor or numeric coprocessor, a specialized coprocessor that manipulates numbers more quickly than the basic microprocessor circuitry can. Registers, which hold instructions and other data. Registers supply operands to the ALU and store the results of operations. 11 and L2 cache memory. Their inclusion in the CPU saves time compared to having to get data random access memory RAM. From page. Date. CPU operations. The four primary functions of a processor: fetch, data, execute and write back are. Fetch is the operation which receives instructions from program memory from system's RAM. The CPU are needed. Decode is where the instruction is converted to understand which other parts to continue the operation. This is performed by the instruction decoder. Execute is where the operation is performed. Part of the CPU that is needed is out the instructions. 2. Carry. Components and how CPUs work. Activated. Basic functions. The main components of a CPU are the ALU, registers and control unit. The ALU and register are landed in the basic elements of a processor section. The control unit is what operates the fetching and execution of instructions. The processor in a personal computer or embedded in small devices is often called microprocessor. That term means that the processor's elements are contained in a computer will operate using a single IC chip. Some are multi-core processor, page, date, chip containing more than one CPU. A CPU is typically a heat sink and fan to dissipate small device with pins on it facing down motherboard with heat types. Most processors today, or more, core, are multi-C. The TC contains two, which means that the more processes for enhanced performance, reduced power consumption and efficient simultaneous processing of multiple tasks. C. Parallel processing. Multi-core setups are similar to having multiple separate processes installed in the but because the processes are into the same socket, them as faster. Same computer, actually plugged. Connection between. Some processors use multi-threading, which we virtualized processor cores. Virtualized processors cores are called vCPUs. These are not as powerful as physical cores but can be used to improve performance in virtual machines VMS. Man.